Hey, everybody. How is everyone tonight? I hope everybody can hear you, and I hope I have the sound on. That's all I ever worry about anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
It's good. It's good to have goals. It's good to have goals.
Yes, goals
When I was doing
are
when
good.
listen, when I was doing my live stream in the morning,
Hmm.
I clicked on every button except for the one I was supposed to. And nobody knows that but me, right? I mean, nobody knows that. It's happening all behind the scenes, right? And then I'm laughing so hard that when I finally click the right button, I have to explain why I'm laughing. At least, at least with this, people know what's happening,
They
but
know to
whatever.
they know to expect it, I guess, or whatever, right?
Right. Exactly.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, well, today this is going to be interesting because there's no show next Wednesday.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do something, no?
Oh
Is that
yeah, you know
nothing?
what? I might do something live. I don't know. It just depends on how I feel
Okay,
where
so it's
I
a
am.
play it by ear,
It is
gonna
a play
feel
it
it
by ear.
out. All right.
But
All right.
why? Why? Oh, look, there's
Well, we'll talk about it in a second because I gotta give Dave props. He didn't even mention you this time, so I really
I love it.
thanks, Dave. I'm gonna put like an I Heart Dave shirt pin on my shirt. I think that's next. I'm gonna make one because I'm crafty like that. So
Dave, I appreciate your support,
anyway,
dude. I appreciate your
that's
support.
right. And you know what? And Richard cannot be outdone, so he
Hello.
says, "Hello, people."
Right,
All right.
exactly.
All right. So, first of all, it has been a while since you and I have had like we haven't really hung out in say a week.
Good
Am
point.
I right? I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
usually we have conversations and
Something or something in
we're doing
between, all
something.
that kind of stuff. But you've been
Yeah,
busy
and I
with
don't
your
count.
show. Oh, well, yeah, exactly. I know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't count texting. I don't count texting as conversation. That doesn't
No,
matter.
I know what you're
But
saying. I know what you're saying.
so
But
how are you, Michael? How are you doing? Tell me how you're
I
doing.
am okay. I am doing just okay.
Good.
No, I'm doing great. This next week, though, I get to go basically on vacation. So I'm going to be, it should be
You're on
fun.
vacation and it's paid for. Well,
I
mostly,
know.
right?
Half
Right?
of it anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I get to
yeah,
go to
we're gonna make
Google.
up for it. Okay, sorry. I won't interrupt. You go ahead and tell the
Yeah.
folks,
No,
fine
you're all
folks,
right.
what you'll be doing.
I get to go to Google. I'm a product expert, and every year Google, once a year, they fly you out and to wherever their location. This year it happened to be Colorado, first time that they've done that at their Colorado location. So it's really kind of cool. So with that, since I know someone that lives there, Debbie Davis, I'm going to visit Debbie, who you may have seen on our show. I think she presented on one show, and she
She
comes in every
did.
once in a while and chats and stuff like that.
And of course, anybody who watches the game show knows Debbie. She's a regular.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So next week we're actually all going to meet after that's over with on that Thursday. So that'll be exciting too.
Yeah, so I'm very excited because I actually leave Wednesday. So I'll get there a day before you
Mhm.
are done with your it's kind of confusing a little bit like we're all taking turns coming in and there's the thing that you're doing, but first you come in and you see Mia. You're going to see Mia, right?
I am Saturday.
Yeah, so
She leaves for Africa, I think
and then she leaves for Africa, and then you
Sunday
go
or
do your
Monday.
Google
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
then Debbie and I hook up on Wednesday, and then I think Sherry comes in right after that, and then we pick you up on Thursday, and then
Mhm.
the rest of the weekend is pretty much chaos. I'm pretty sure, and there will be food. Isn't that correct?
Yes, absolutely. I'll be cooking the
And I
whole
don't have to
time.
cook any of it, right?
I get to cook. I get to do the cooking.
Yeah, yeah. I want to make sure that
And
was clear.
Ronnie on Friday. So that's
And
somebody else coming.
Ronnie!
So
I
somebody
know,
else is coming.
yes, you're right, and Ronnie's coming in on Friday, so Friday night game show on Michael's channel, all of the channels.
Everybody needs to be
You
there
need to
to
be
watch
there
that
because this is like an unprecedented,
one. I know.
never repeated more likely, but
That's right. In person, live, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
hey, look at this, I gotta say. Okay, so Jules is also here.
Oh wow. What's
Being here, all right.
up?
But Sheila made it. That's
Love
so
it, Miss Sheila.
awesome
That's
that
so
Sheila
awesome.
made it. So
This is
awesome, and I
gonna.
love this. H&M duo. I
Yeah,
miss
that's
our
right.
title because I love ampersands.
I know you do. I know you do. I'm looking forward to this though, and this show is going to be fun today. I mean, we're just going to have a blast. We always do anyway. A lot of times we have guests
I
on,
was
but
just gonna ask what's different.
yes, right. That's true. Not much, but anyway, this our guest today is my gimbal, my new gimbal that I got. I was showing Heather.
Oh,
before.
maybe the gimbal will be washing dishes.
There you go. Debbie said she doesn't mind. She does not mind
She
washing
doesn't
dishes.
mind as
That's what
long
she
as you're
said.
gonna be cooking her ribs.
That's what
Yeah.
she
If you're
said.
cooking ribs,
That's right.
she'll do dishes.
That's what
Yeah.
she said. So,
And I will pour the wine.
there you go.
I will
And
pour. I've been working out. I've been
so
working out,
you,
so I'm
so
ready.
you'll whine the whole time.
Correct. Hey, everybody's got to be good at something. Right? Anyway, all right.
Um,
So, yes, as Sheila said, a hurl in Denver.
that's
I
right.
always loved that term. Not really. I mean, I always really did not like that term.
Yeah, I know.
It's a hurl. It's not.
Uh,
All right. Do you have something to share? Do
I
you have
do.
something to share, or do I get to keep yapping? Because if I keep yapping, forget about it. The show's over. You're
No,
just
go
gonna
ahead. Go ahead.
laughing.
I'll sit back and listen for a while.
No, no, no. You have something really cool you want to share. This is something you're taking with you on the trip, right?
I am. I'm taking on the trip, and that's kind of why I wanted to preface this show with this. And actually, you know what? Next Wednesday I might do something because this is so cool. I'll be able to set it up and use it for that particular function of what I'm really taking this for. Anybody
I'm
that
going to
watches
hold on
this
to this
channel,
question.
go ahead. Anybody that is watching this channel, if you're always watching the shows, listening to the shows, things like that, for the next week, every day I'm going to be videoing something. So if you want to turn off notifications, you can. I'm letting people know that you don't have to, but there will be something.
You're going to probably be doing those quick things though, aren't you? So like if we get the notification like 2 hours later, you're probably not going to still be doing it.
Right. It'll be a live stream.
So in other words,
mm-hmm.
turn on notifications and then be prepared to pounce when it goes off. That's what you want to do.
Yes, exactly.
Because you don't want to miss out on the live at Google Complex.
I've never been to Colorado. I haven't seen Debbie. There's a lot of haven'ts. So I'm going to be videoing a lot of this. I mean, I'm just saying, and probably more than you probably want to. Oh, Jesus, there he goes again. He's recording.
No, I seriously no, like Jules. I totally agree with what Jules says. I'm too nosy to turn off notifications. I agree. I totally agree with that. And this is Mike, right? No.
Uh-huh.
I got it right.
Mm-hmm.
And then doubted myself. Greetings all. Mike. I'm listening in the car again.
Nice.
Don't say anything, Mike. I don't want to be responsible.
That's right. Exactly.
All right, so let's get to it. You have a really good presentation you put together. So share with us.
I'm going to show you some slides. I'm going to show you some slides. We're going to go through some slides. You can ask questions if you want. I'm going to try and go through that. I'm going to actually show you physically. You're going to see the equipment and things like that too, and some of the wires and some of the tools and some of the things. There's a lot to talk about. I'm going to go over it as quickly and best as I can because I don't want it to be too long. But we can always, for the members, always come in after party and talk all day.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, and the best part is that all of the community members can use the Backstage Pass link that's on the website. Come on in. Let me know if you need that link. If you don't already have it, if you're a member, we will send it to you in the Hangout chat box like we usually do if you need it there. But it is a paid for community, and this show pretty much is brought to you by the people who watch it because those folks are the ones who sponsor with their membership to Tinkering with Tech. So take it away, Michael.
Amen. All right, here we go. Let's go right into this cool little slide. Let me get to this. Hold on. If I can find it, I'm going to find it first. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Let's go to.
I love those transitions. That's pretty cool, bud.
Thanks. All right, here we go. So this is. All right. So this is what it looks like when it comes in the box. It is called Snoppa, I think is the pronunciation. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think it's Snoppa Atom Stabilizer. I call it a gimbal because it's got three gimbals, two, three. I think it's it is a three gimbal. It is a 3-axis. Says it right on there, doesn't it? No, I'm just kidding. I thought it did. And that's what you were telling me, Michael. No. It says it right on it.
No.
So anyway,
so your slide says this is the way it looked when you opened the box. Is that what your slide says? Okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting at right now. Okay, so now once I pulled it out and here it is, I set all the wires off to the side, came with this little bag. It's got a really cool carrying case. It fits like, have you ever seen, this is going to show my age, flask, like a flask to drink out of where you throw it over your shoulder.
Oh, there's nothing age about that. That just shows your hobby.
My hobby is right. So
Wait, here, this is appropriate from Sheila. Michael's lifestyle, the rich and famous in Denver, running constantly for days. How exciting with his flask.
that's right. Yeah. So
all right, go ahead. Yeah.
So this actually fits in a flask, so you can just pop it out real quick and use it. It's really kind of cool. But anyway, but it comes with all these wires. You can see all the wires. It has all the connections because you can connect. If you look really closely, you can see the iPhone connection into this. This uses all USB-C, which I love that because on my Pixel Book, my Pixel phone, all those use USB-C. It charges using a USB into USB-C, so you can come into most of the other end goes into that, or you can go straight USB-C to USB-C. Then over here you have this little one down at the very back there, and I'm kind of showing you as best as I can. I think it's off screen, maybe.
I think we see it in the other picture too.
Yeah, right. Okay, so right here. Yeah, so right here.
Yes.
This one. That's where you can hook up the microphone, and we're going to talk about that.
Okay. So it's like an auxiliary cable is what that one is. Yep. Okay, cool. Wow, they've really thought of everything and included it all. So nice.
Really did. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot to talk about. So right here is the on-off switch. This is how you turn it on and off. We're going to get to all this kind of stuff, so you'll see, and we'll go through that. This is if you wanted to manually operate where, turning your phone side to side, up and down. This is where you would do that. That's the right there, up and down, right and left. Then right here is a menu setting button. This is pretty cool this is where you can change settings for the buttons, because all these buttons can be somewhat changed. Also, this is a menu to change from going from photo to video if you wanted to just take pictures. And then this last button is to actually record, start record, stop record, or take a picture.
Oh,
right on. I heard that.
Yeah, I did too. I'm sorry I didn't see it.
Good.
I honestly, I don't even know what it was. So
me neither, because I don't have that on. I don't have that on this screen, so that's why it didn't pop up. Sorry about that. Dave gave us $5. Thank you, Dave. We appreciate it. Dave. Bless you, Dave.
What you can't see is me dancing. I'm sorry, Dave.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So all of this is operated with your thumb.
Yeah, right now this would be if I'm holding it with my right hand, that's my right thumb. I can do all of that. It's very accessible, very comfortable too. All right, next. This is the side. If you're looking to the side where, there it is. Look, it finally showed up. That's weird.
Wow, that is so strange.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Dave.
I just added that alerts thing in there, but then it shows up again. So that was kind of cool. Thank you, Dave. Keep doing that. Dave keeps giving $5. He just keeps going and going.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Thank you, Dave.
Mm-hmm. So this side over here, this one folds up so you can fit in your pocket. This is how small. You're going to see in just a second. I'm going to show you. I showed Heather. It's pretty incredible. When I actually show you the physical tool, it's pretty awesome. It clips in place, so it locks in place when it's not in use. So you have it there all folded up so it can fit like that. It has a front trigger. And it has a custom button. This is a custom button that I have set for, I can't even remember what I have it set for right now, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But the front trigger, this is really cool. This one, you can hold it and the phone stays still. So no matter what you're doing with your hand, you can move your hand all around and stuff. It doesn't matter. It's going to lock in place the phone. It's really kind of cool. Yeah, that's a cool one. And then next we have, this is the stand. So it comes with this little stand. So you can set it up like a mini tripod kind of thing.
I know I'm interrupting your presentation, and I hope you don't mind, but I gotta know, is that little stand supportive enough? Are you going to show us?
Yeah, I'm going to actually show you physically. You're going to see me put it on.
Because I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
I hear it. This is what it looks. And then, so if you go from the stand and then you want to just use it, you can just fold it up. So you don't have to take it off or anything like that. Just fold it up like that. Then it just becomes one long stick there for you to use, basically. And then there it is taken off if you do want to take it off.
Wow.
Yep. So with gimbals, the way this is set up, thumbs way up, I love it. You can you have to unlock each one because it's all folded up. It doesn't come already preset. You have to unlock each of these sections once you're taking it apart. So this is one. This is the second one. This is where your phone actually attaches. And then this is at the base where you push that button and you unlock it. And I'll kind of explain and show. You'll see some of that going on as I demo this a little bit live. But I just wanted to kind of give you a preface of what was going to be coming. That push button, you can see that was pushed and now the lever comes up. So if I go back, this is it closed. This is it open. It flopped open. So that's the difference right there, what that does. Now, this is pretty cool.
This is interesting because it's a complicated thing, but it seems like they simplified it. Even your explanations of it don't overwhelm me because there's a lot of buttons and stuff, but it's not overwhelming because it's very do this, do this,
understandable.
Do this.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah. There's a process. Exactly. This is one of the coolest things I felt. Power supply for your phone. You can actually plug in your phone to this and it will charge your phone. So you don't need a separate battery pack. If you have USB-C, like I have a Pixel, so I have a USB-C there and I have a USB-C here, but it also hook into your, you saw that one connector that I had that goes into an iPhone. So you can do an iPhone as well. Really?
Get out. This is a battery on the go.
Yes, exactly.
Get out.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
that's what, and I did it. I tested it for 4 hours. It worked. It actually charged my phone while I was using it. It's really kind of cool. And then over here's where you can add a microphone. This is so cool. What's cool about this though, this section right here, this part of the add a microphone, this goes to your phone. So if your phone has a jack that takes this kind of jack, if it doesn't, I'm going to show you how to hook it to USB. I'll show you so you can see a demo later, but this is where the microphone goes in and where it comes out. It's going to show you in just a second. There it is. Handle input. There you go. So the actual mic on the handle down here, I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of, actually it's up here, top left, but I think the words are missing if I'm not mistaken.
The words are missing, but you told us. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like right there. There you go. How's that? That's better. Mm-hmm. All right. So that right there, that gives you a chance. That's where I plug in a lavalier mic. And I have a dual lavalier mic I'm going to show you that I'm going to be using to do like interviews and things like that. Kind of cool. Right here, this is zoom or focus. You can set this button. You can see it. You can go up or down with this on the left-hand side, bottom. I use it for focus because I think the zoom is too jaggedy. I mean, because you really have to press it pretty hard. Only downfall that I could say about this whole thing, but that's my thing there. And then the M key is where you can set up all different functionality. I have mine set. Now this is pretty cool. I told Heather about this earlier. This M key, which is right in here. I don't know if you can kind of see that. That M key, if I press it once really quickly, it will turn from landscape to portrait mode. I mean, it's just like that. Boom, just switches. If I long press it, and then let go, it'll switch 180 degrees and show the person in front of me. And then I flip it again, it'll show me. I can just flip my phone back and forth so I can get the best. And there's the on-off switch again. Tell me that's not awesome. I mean, they really thought about this stuff, I tell you.
So now all of that is just right there. So we can see your hand holding it right now. That's your fist right there. Okay. Yep. So all of these buttons and everything that you're talking about is accessible by fingers, thumbs area with one hand, right? You don't need to be some sort of contortionist to get all this.
Exactly. That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. So what? Yeah, I know. It's incredible. Do we have any quick question? Because I know I'm going to get into more live showing you.
No, but there was one thing that you didn't mention, and that was, remember those fancy moment lenses that you got?
Yes, that's true. I did.
What about those? I mean, you got those fancy moment lenses. Now you've got to be able to use them.
That's what's awesome about this particular gimbal is, okay, most gimbals, the gimbal you have to fit right into the side. So there's no way to plug anything in. The other thing is if with that lens on the front, you can put them on there, but then your gimbal needs a weight. You need to add a weight or something to compensate for that lens or that cord or whatever. The way this is designed, you do everything from the side. It comes from the side, so it allows you to have those cords. It allows you to have that lens, and then you just slide the phone over a little bit to compensate for the weight. It's incredible. They really put some thought into it.
Richard said they could see the M key, so that was good. And then
Good.
Joel says this is a snazzy piece of kit. Wow. All
I
right, so
think
why
so.
don't I would like to see it because those pictures are really cool, but you're really zoomed in. So I really got to get a feel for how big this thing is because it seems like it's going to be this big, massive. I
Yep.
remember when Ronnie did South by Southwest. Do you remember all the gear?
Yes. Oh
He
my
looked like
God. He
he
had
was a movie
a
maker
camper,
walking
like a
through
camper.
Austin. Yeah, like he's walking through Austin with all this gear hanging over, and he had this in his pocket and that. And you pretty much have almost everything you need
Yep.
right there in your hand if it's the size I'm thinking it is, because I mean it looked kind of big, so we'll see. I don't know. And I
I
bet it's
totally
real
agree.
heavy and hard to hold.
Well, you wait. That's what's kind of cool. So I'm going to show you. Heather was kind enough. She bought a Smooth a long time ago, and she was kind enough to give that to me or whatever she did.
Oh,
Gifted it to me.
we traded. Yeah,
We
we traded
traded,
for
whatever.
that.
But I'm going to
You
show you
gave me
that
cash.
first.
I gave you the Smooth. It was a
I'm
nice
gonna
trade.
I'm gonna show you that and give you an idea of a gimbal that and then show you this one kind of in comparison so you can kind of see. So let me switch over to that. And let me go to okay, so go back to myself. I always forget to do that. All right, there we go. Thank you very much. All right, so this is the one she gave me. This is the Smooth, which is pretty light. I mean, it's not too bad. It seems top heavy though, even especially when you
It's
get the
very
phone
top
on there.
heavy. I was just gonna
Once
say,
it's
it's not so bad until you get the phone on, and then it's like awkward.
Yeah, it kind of is, but it is small enough. It doesn't fit too bad in your hand. The Smooth is pretty good, but I don't like. I mean that would never fit if you look like in my pocket. It's almost my whole
Yeah,
arm
no, there's
kind of
no putting that in your pocket. You're carrying that around in your pack like
right.
a camper would. Yeah.
So
And
this,
that clacking and that movement and all that stuff was
yeah,
just as too funky. But
driving
look
you
at
crazy,
this.
right? Look at it's
Look,
the size of my
that's the
hand.
whole thing. That's the
Yeah,
whole thing.
that will go in my pocket, no problem. I can put it in my pocket, pull it right out, and I'm ready to go. That's how
Holy
big
smokes.
that is. Yeah.
Holy
And
smokes. And
I got a pretty big hand, but
what's it like weight wise?
oh my gosh. I mean, it's just so, I mean, it's really, I mean, you can't really
Yeah,
tell, but I
that
mean, it's not, I'm not really,
it
and it's so
appears to be
comfortable.
lightweight.
You see how wide round it is and everything. It's
Yeah.
so comfortable as far as that goes.
Is
Now I'm
that a
going to
rubbery grip?
it is, it's kind of, it's not, I mean, it's not rubber, but it's like a smooth plastic almost. I mean, it's not.
Is it like if your hand gets sweaty, would it slip out?
Nah, it's got a decent
No?
grip. It's
Okay.
got a decent
Oh,
grip.
okay.
Yeah, got
Cool.
a decent grip. I mean, I guess it'd have to get really sweaty, but I guess anything
Okay.
will. Okay, so this is that end piece I was talking about. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on so you can kind of see. This is where the stand is, and this is what you were talking about. Is this gonna hold or whatever? Now this is you just pull these three things out,
Oh
and
my
boom, you
goodness.
just set it on the table, and boom, it's there.
What?
It's
And it's
on the
not
table. Yeah, it's on the table. And that's probably awkward weight because I have the weight all off to one side. Whereas all this is going to be up and more balanced. So, but even with that, the off weight, it still just sits there. It's really kind of cool.
wow. Okay.
Now,
We gotta see
so
the phone on
so
first before I
you
believe
take
it.
all right. So here we go. All right. So first thing I'm going to do, remember that push button. I'm going to push that push and then pull this up. That way this pulls up. Now that's up. And I have to unlock these. I go to where you don't have to look at it, but I'm just going to show you. I can twist it to unlock it. And then I twist this to unlock it.
Oh, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
So you're
So
unlocking them
now,
so they move smoothly. Okay, got
exactly.
it.
Whereas on this one, you can't lock them. They're
Yeah,
always,
no,
see how they're always going?
I
Where
do.
this,
I
I know.
remember.
Yeah, so this actually gives you the chance to to use that and use it right. So I'm going to take my phone. Here's my cell phone. I'm going to turn it off. Let me make sure it's
It's
off.
less than a pound, according to Andrew.
Crazy.
15.5 ounces.
Crazy. I mean, it's just
That's
crazy
wicked.
good. Yeah, it's awesome. So All right, so now I'm doing this off screen just because I don't want to ruin my phone, but
Oh, well, that's a good reason. I'll allow it.
okay.
That's
All
okay.
right, so,
That's
what?
pretty awesome so far. I'm really impressed with the size and the lightweight and the fact that it's so very much user friendly because what you showed in the other one, there's
Yeah,
a lot more complications to it and we talked
exactly.
about weights and all that stuff. So,
Exactly. So when you put it on, you want to make sure the back is smooth along here. That's the important thing. And then to make sure you have it on right, like I don't know that you can see that really well with the light.
I see it. Is that a charger or what?
Like, yeah, that's where the plug in here to the plug in
Okay.
here. That way you know it's on the right side.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm going to turn the power on, and this thing automatically will flip into place. So let me turn it on just because it's on the table. All right, let's see if that does it.
Oh, look at that.
There,
Oh, look at
yep,
that.
there it is. So now, but it
I'm ready
immediately
to work.
by looking at it, I know that I need to straighten it out a little bit more. I can just kind of there. Now it's straight up and down. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And so one thing that I learned to do is when you're doing this, your hand is I'm usually kind of tilting it forward. I don't know if you probably can't see that
Yeah,
I'm tilting that forward.
we
Like
can
this,
tell. Yeah, yeah.
that's straight up and down.
Yeah.
This is tilted forward. It's just easier. It's like natural move hand of your hand. Your hand's naturally that way. And it's
Wow.
so soft, I'm telling you. It is so soft. It's
Wow.
awesome. So what I was talking about with these wires over here, if you have these wires on, this gimbal, because it's off to the side and back, like when I turn my hand, you see the phone moving with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I mean, it's really cool. And I can do this and it'll go down, it'll go up. One thing that's cool, it's different, and it's something to get used to if you've ever used a gimbal before. Now, see, I'm doing manual stuff too. Like I can do all the same stuff that you just saw. I'm just pushing this. I don't know if you can see my thumb down there
Yeah.
pushing that
Yeah.
button to go back and forth to line it up and get it straight.
Right.
But a normal okay, so what I was
So
talking about here.
if you were going for a hike and you had
And,
this with you and you're moving, you're
mhm,
taking each of those steps, the gimbal allows for a smooth flowing video that won't have the jitter jolts that comes from
exactly. Like me moving my hand around right now, it's just
right.
steady as can be there. The cool thing
Wow.
is, if you want to go
Oh,
real,
check this, Michael.
okay. There you go. I hear you. There you go, Mia. Absolutely. So, one of the cool thing is, like, I got down with my cats and my dogs down on the ground. Well, this thing will not go like I can turn it all. I've got it turned all the way up. It will not go and keep forward. You can't look forward very well.
Oh, okay.
What you have to do is you have to okay. So if I have it, okay. So I'm gonna get it set. I'm all set where I want to go. This is what's cool right here. If I want to look down, I turn my whole hand to the side. Now, if I don't know if you can see this, but this is
Oh,
up
wow.
above the phone. Now
You just turned into a
I'm,
professional right
I
there.
know it's crazy. It's so
Right
cool
there.
though, and you can get that.
Elevated to pro level right
That,
there. You just
that
leveled up.
I'm telling you, that low image. When I started doing that, it's just
Hmm.
awesome. It's great.
Okay, so speaking of leveling up, here's a question from Sheila.
Okay.
Michael, have you upgraded to the Pixel 4 yet?
No, there's a couple reasons why I have not. One being I don't want facial recognition. I'm not used to that. I like having the fingerprint, and it doesn't have the fingerprint. That's
Mm.
one downfall, and I can't remember the other one, but that's the one that sticks in my mind. I've gotten so used to that fingerprint to open my phone. I don't want facial to be
I
there.
think
I
was
know.
the other thing the moment lenses, was that the other thing? You'd have to get a new
Yeah,
case
I
for
had
that.
to get a new case, but my Moment lenses will work with a new case because Moment obviously came out with that to do that. But yeah, it's just easier for me, and I think
Yeah.
there's something else, and I can't remember what it is. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, we'll figure it out. All right,
Yeah,
Mia says,
good question.
"Ooh, that will be at Gidget the Frenchie height."
Exactly, that's exactly what I'm going to
Exactly.
do and get some video of that. Some don't
Andy
consider.
says some don't yeah, the for a real upgrade.
That's true. I mean, if you think
Whatever.
about it, I kind of did that. I did. I'm doing the odd numbers. I got the 1, I got the 3, so I guess I'll get the 5 when it comes out.
I'm still on the 2XL. I don't have any reason to move. I
Right,
like
exactly. They make a really good quality product. So one thing that's
and this
really cool that I love, and I'm just going to do this real quick with that M button. I just wanted to do this so you can kind of see, and you should be able to
okay.
see it with this. But if I click that real fast, you see it go to portrait mode.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, and it's that quick. It does it just like that, and the video
Wow.
just stays smooth while you're doing that. It's really a cool
Wow.
transition. Now, if I hold that down for a bit, you'll see it. You see it switch.
Yeah.
It goes to 180.
Okay,
Tell me
so
that's
here's a
not cool.
question. Here's a
That's so awesome.
question.
Yeah.
I can see I totally understand the gimbal usage for, you're on the move and you wanna have a smooth video, et cetera, et cetera. But what you did just now, where
Yep.
you have it on the stand,
Yep.
hands-free,
Yep.
you can now do interviews with
Yeah.
yourself and a guest or
Yep.
just another person or even switching back and forth like you just showed from across the table
Yep.
to your side of the table to across the table, et cetera.
That's exactly right. So that's what I'm going to
That's
show you
pretty
right here.
awesome. All
Yep.
right.
That's what I'm going to show you right now. So
It's almost
this,
like I knew that that's where you were going next.
this is it's called a pop voice. How many flips
How
can you
many
get out of one charge? um,
Yeah, you just keep going until it says battery off.
I just wait for the owl to bite it. Oh no, that's a Tootsie Pop. Never mind. That's a
It's a
different
Tootsie
question.
Roll Pop. Yeah.
But Pop Voice, I got this on Amazon. This is a dual lavalier, so me and a guest can pin our lavalier mics on to one. Let me get it. That plugs in to what's cool now. This is where I was talking about what is so cool. I can plug this into um the actual handle. That's in the handle. So now I want to go back to, let me switch off of, okay, back onto this. So now what I would need, I have this is a cord. I have a USB-C is the only thing I have. My Pixel 3 does not have a phone jack. So I would plug this in here. Okay. And then if you remember, the back of this thing has a jack for the microphone. So this
So
wire,
just so I'm clearly understanding, the
yep,
black cord that you're plugging in now came with the gimbal. The white cord you plugged into the end of your phone came with your phone.
correct. But you can
Okay.
get them on Amazon, I think, for
Right.
$4.99. I think Scott Peachy, when he was in our show, he talked about this, and it's the
Yeah.
exact same cord that he was talking about.
Correct. Yeah.
So what's cool about this is now, even if I go to portrait mode, guess what? It's still, look at there. That
Oh, yeah.
wire is free to go and do whatever it needs to do.
Yeah, another issue that was with the other one.
Right,
Awesome.
exactly. No, I don't have it. I mean, I
You
would
don't
have
have it,
it.
right? I know. It's all right. We
I'm doing it
understand.
quick. I'm doing it quick. So, uh,
So right now you have it set up so that two people could be wearing lavalier mics. You've got very long cords for those lavalier mics, and you could be sitting across the table from each other, having a conversation as normal, and
yep,
then have your gimbal set up to where it would flip and record this person, record that person. I mean, you've just made a studio,
yeah,
professional
with my
movements,
phone,
very
with my phone.
smooth with your phone, and it all fits in your pocket or for us
Yeah,
ladies in a handbag or something.
yep. Small purse,
Wowzers.
small purse.
Yeah, because we don't have pockets the size of your hands, I promise you.
Here's what you were talking about, the TeleLens 58 that I have. This is the Moment lens.
Uh-huh.
This is that lens right here.
Okay.
I can just
You
add
can
that
actually put that on.
right to the back of my
Oh,
phone. I'm gonna do it right
you're
now.
off a little bit. I don't know if that
Yeah,
matters.
I'm
Okay.
sure. I don't think that matters right now, but
Okay.
I'm trying to do this while balancing that thing too. So,
Right.
okay, so see how
Don't break the lenses.
the phone is off balance. So all I do is slide this over a little bit, and now, oh, hold on, this thing. If you do things manually with this thing, I will say that. So I have to turn it off, and I'm going to turn it back on now that I've got it on there because it's wanting
Yeah,
you to get it
'cause
right. Now look
well,
at there.
it automatically adjusts to those things. So if you mess
Exactly.
with it while it's on, you have to turn it off. That is for sure.
So
So
now I've got the telelens. My phone is perfectly square. Everything's ready to go, and I'm ready to use it just as I was. And plus, I'm
that's
getting an
phenomenal.
excellent view with my moment lens that I have.
That's phenomenal. Okay, so Andrew says this comment, which brings me to my next statement. This thing is well worth the price, he says. I
Yeah.
need to know, how much is this gimbal?
When I got it, it was $89.
No way.
I think they're already up to 112 though. So you're going to have to find it on sale cuz when I told you that, I went and looked and I was like, "Oh, this has gone up to 112." So
But I mean, for right around $100, that's
yeah,
kind of an insane
yeah,
gadget for
yep.
right around $100. 100 under 150 when the other one I know was
Yep.
$160 several years ago. So that is huge because
One
that is a nice, well-made machine right there that
Absolutely.
you
Absolutely. A lot of thought went into this for all the lenses
yeah.
and all the wires and all the adding a microphone and making sure you have all those things. Here's what I will say. I'm going to take it apart. You're going to see how quick it is. But what I will say, make sure whenever you are recording and you're doing this, you're in airplane mode so you don't get any interruptions because you want to
Oh,
answer your
smart.
phone and all that kind of stuff. So make sure
Great.
you're in airplane mode while you're doing your video and stuff like that. Because otherwise you'll get all these messages. It interrupts the software, and then you're trying to hit your phone, and you
Uh-huh.
saw how it whacked out the gimbal, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You even
Yeah.
said that. So I'm going to take this all apart. You're going to see how quickly that I do this. I'm going to actually turn it off now so it bends down. Boom, it bends down. Take my phone out. I can use my phone right now. I can use it. If I had a call or something, I could just take it and use it. Take this wire off. I'm just going to spin this till it locks. Spin this one till it locks. Oh, you didn't see that. Sorry. I'm spinning these till they lock. Then I hit that little push button. And when I hit that push button, it's going to bring it down and it locks into that notch that I showed you from the video. If I can get it. Yeah, there it is. And then I just fold those in and there I go. I'm back to where I was.
Wow. Wow.
So
That's
I can
really cool. I
compare.
like this comment from Jules. I like this
Yeah,
comment from Jules. She says, "What's so cheap? I was expecting over 1,000." And by cheap you mean inexpensive because I don't see cheap when I look at this. This looks really like an incredible piece of equipment.
yeah, and
I'm very impressed.
I'm telling you, I did some research. I was wanting one. I was wanting to do something. I was like, man, I'd really like to have something. And so I did a lot of research on it. I checked a lot of YouTube videos and gimbals and people that did reviews and things like this. And this one kept coming up. And I was just like, I gotta try. I gotta at least look at it. So what I did is I went to they have a great YouTube video out there that they actually show you what every single one of those buttons does. And let me tell you what, there was a learning curve, but it wasn't that bad. It's kind of, and you're the one that said that earlier. You know, you're like, oh my God, all these buttons, it seems overwhelming. It really isn't. Because once, even when I showed you, because I told you what each one did, you're
Yeah,
like, that makes
that's
sense.
what I was
That makes
saying.
sense. Yeah.
This actually doesn't seem overwhelming because I remember
Right.
when we got the Smoove, and the Smoove is a fine piece of equipment.
It
It
is.
really is.
It
But
is.
it's on a different level of ability
That's right.
because to learn how to use it, you see how floppy it is.
Mm-hmm.
To you actually have to set it up. It doesn't automatically go to north or whatever because it's using the Earth's magnetism to actually create that gyroscope whatever thingy, right? So
Exactly.
it sets it, but then you have to tell it like where you are pretty much. I mean, it's like you've because I used it over here on the west coast area and has sent it to you. You had to adjust it to where you live. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good point.
it's and then it had like weights for if your phone was, a little bit heavier than the phone that I was using or whatever.
That's
So it's just that one was a little bit more technical and it didn't make me feel like a professional when it was over with. This one looks like
this is
you
that
are
screw.
out of the box almost. Yeah,
This
those are the
is
weights.
that's the screwed on weight that I had to put on just because I got a Pixel 4. I went from a Pixel 1 to a
Yeah.
to a Pixel 3. And
Yeah.
that's what I mean, I'm telling you, that's
Yeah, and I'm with Jules on this. It does look really straightforward to use. I mean, obviously you have to turn it off when you make
yeah.
an adjustment and that makes sense because
Mhm.
it is electronic. It is not a
That's right.
It's not a manual piece of equipment. It's an electronic piece of equipment. So you do have to shut it off whenever you make adjustments, and that makes
Mhm.
total sense to me. And
But
Dave says,
go ahead.
cool gadget.
It is a cool gadget. It really is. And I think one of the biggest sellers and the biggest things to me, the reason that I wanted to go with this one, I know the Osmo makes one, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. But right here, this right here is what sold me on it. I mean, it's the size of my hand.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw the guy after he was doing a demo put it in his pocket. I was just like, oh my God, it's right. It's in his pocket. I mean, and with that, I know it's funny, but with the flask thing, if I'm serious, if I'm in an airplane and I have it right here, I can pull it out, boom, put it up, boom, right there, put it all right back in the flask thing, take my phone out and use it and whatever. I mean, it's really kind of cool.
Sheila says, I'm impressed, not easily impressed. And we know that.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because, you and I are not like typical YouTube users. We're not typical vloggers or whatever they're called. We don't really do that too often. As a matter of fact, I think you do it a lot more than I do. And you tend to only do it when you have major trips like this next weekend, this next week.
Yeah.
Right. So, so it's kind of difficult to want to do those things when it's like possible for you to do them, but then not to have all that equipment and everything else and to have to invest in all that. This seems to have answered several equipment issues as well as lowered the bar on ability of use. So I'm impressed.
I would 100% agree. And the thing is, if you think about, Heather, I think you and I talked about this a while ago. The cameras we have in our phone are so much better than like the whatever, it's 8 gigapixels, now it's 12 gigapixels, whatever, all that stuff. I don't even know what half of that stuff means. But you know what I'm saying? We have a good camera. This is a great way to get that and use that in an advantage.
It's interesting because I've always thought maybe I need to get one of those special cameras, recording cameras. What are they? Like a Canon, like the one
Yeah,
you used
DSLR.
to zoom down on your table there.
DSLR.
I've thought about that. Yeah, a DSLR. I've thought about maybe I need one of those because it'll give me a better image and all that. But then when I think about what comes next, now I have to take the card out and I have to put the card in, and then I have to transfer those files. But with my phone and the cloud and the connectivity of Google, and even if you're not a Google fan, connectivity of Apple, you have straight from your device, it's already usable.
That's right.
It's already up in the cloud, and you're
I
already
know.
ready to go edit it over on your Pixelbook because that's cloud-based, or your Chromebook because it's cloud-based, or my laptop, because I can access the cloud
Yeah.
and get that video and access it. I think this device makes using your cell phone for vlogging 10 times easier than I ever thought it would. And Andy, this cracks me up.
That
Andy
is funny. Want to buy a phone.
almost makes me want to buy a phone. Almost.
You know what though? I'm putting StreamYard up there because StreamYard is what we use to do this. And I'm going to tell you right now, I did a live StreamYard interview. It was private. I mean, not private, but unlisted. But I started it from my phone,
Right.
did a live stream, pulled in comments. I mean,
All
I
from
did
your
it
phone.
all from my phone. And with that, it was even better. Now, one thing you can't do with this setup, just so anybody that's thinking about that, I couldn't have Heather in like we are right now. It has to be live. So that microphone that's added, it's all live conversation that I'm doing with the microphone attachment and all that. Because what happens,
Right.
yeah, and you don't hear anything because you're not going to hear anything. Exactly. So it's an in-person interview type thing that you're doing, or an in-person, I can hook up the mic for myself. That's what I did. I went and walked around my whole backyard. I was walking around. Anybody that wants to go back and watch my channel, you'll see I did outside with it. So you can see me going live with it. But Good
So you
question.
say, you are talking about the in-person is what you have to do, an in-person interview in order for it to work with the microphones of you and the person that you're with. So I understood that. But you could be on the go, like next week, you're not going to be in your home setup like where you are right now. And
Mhm.
you can actually we could still do the show on Wednesday if
Mhm.
I wasn't traveling. We could still do the show on Wednesday because you have your studio in your hand, in your pocket.
Correct. To have the side by side view, just like you're looking at right now. Anybody that's
Yeah,
looking at
I
this
mean,
right now, this is
yeah.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah, because this what we're looking at, this setting that you're looking at right now is brought to you by StreamYard and the
Mhm.
use of StreamYard. Your video would not be from your studio that you're in right now. It would be from the wherever in Colorado that you happen to be, and you would be using the stand that you just showed us or the gimbal that you just showed us.
Right.
So that it's quite impressive. It's quite impressive.
I think so. I was really impressed with the gimbal itself, the use of the gimbal and the steady of it. When I did the outside view and the flipping of the
And
camera, I just thought
is
it was
that
so
live so that people could go see that, the steadiness and stuff? Is that a
fast.
public video?
It is okay. So where I was, here's the other thing too, because it was interesting because it's real grainy because I didn't have
Mm.
Wi-Fi on.
Oh,
I was outside. So you have to be careful of all that stuff. But if you're in Wi-Fi where there's Wi-Fi, it's ideal.
or really good cell service? I
Yeah,
mean,
or really good
yeah.
cell service. The other thing is
Wow.
most people use it to record anyway. So they're out walking around recording. That's
Right.
perfect for that. And because I use Google Photos as it automatically, I set the Snoppa app to automatically push all the videos and photos into my Google Photos. So I don't
So you're
have to
able
do
to
anything. Yeah, back
that's
it up.
so
I'm good.
nice. That's
Yep.
so nice. So Sheila makes a comment here to Andrew. Wouldn't it be great if Jennifer had one of these? Jennifer is his niece in Honduras.
Oh yeah.
Just think of what she could send us. Could you imagine seeing Honduras
Yeah.
like on the go? That would
Yeah.
be pretty cool.
It would be cool.
StreamYard rocks. You
You're
got
right.
it, Dave.
Yeah. And doing it from my mobile is really cool.
And Andy says, well, first we'd have to
Doing
get her interested in doing videos.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be step one.
Yes. But seriously, anybody that watches this video later or whatever, and you come back and watch and you have any questions, feel free to ask because I'm sure there's something that I haven't used or every feature that I've used, but
Well,
it's very rich in stuff they thought it through. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, there's a lot of customizations, it seemed like you're able to make the buttons do what you want them to do, so it's intuitive to what you would do with that button. That's
Yes.
pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yep. And one customizable button, and it's not too many. I mean,
Mhm.
once you learn where like I know how to get to the menu like that now because I go there to try and check and see where do I have this feature or whatever, or what button
Mhm.
is this one set to? Oh yeah, that's right. I have that for that, that kind of thing. But once you use it, I think if you used it all the time, which I probably, I mean, I will next week, but I really think
Mhm.
I'll use this more often now too, whenever I have grandkids over or when I just sitting there playing with
Oh.
I can set it on the floor and play with the dogs, with their toys and stuff. There's just stuff I
Oh,
can
wow.
do that. Yeah, set it right down on the ground on its little stand and be able to do
That's so
so.
cool.
Yeah, that's what I think. I
That's
think it's
so
awesome.
cool. Can't wait to see it in action.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm assuming links to the gimbal and pop voice will be in the video description. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they will be after this
I can
video
cer I
airs,
can
yeah.
certainly do that. Yeah, I'll absolutely do that. Both of which I believe I bought, on Amazon. I'm sure I
There you
did.
go. There you go.
Um,
All right. Well, it's that time. I
it
think that we
is.
should probably let everybody know we do again have a paid for community, and those who are already members have access to the backstage pass. You are all welcome to come and join us for more questions or chatting anything about the gimbal and about next week's trip. I'm sure you got questions for Michael and what's going to go on. So if you're not a member, there is a link to join the community, and that is down in the description of the YouTube video. And if you are a member, go hit that that link and join us over in the Zoom for the Backstage Pass. We're waiting for you now.
There you go. And if anybody signs up today, you can come on in. Just
Absolutely.
Heather will be looking out for that, right?
Yes, I will. And Jules says, thank you. It's been very interesting. That's so cool.
Good. I'm glad you liked it, because I mean, it's interesting to me, but I'm a geek and I'm getting ready to use this and go do this and everything. So I understand sometimes not everybody feels that same passion that I do.
Right.
So
Right.
it's really cool to have people that enjoy it. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
And I think it's cool that you look into these things and try them out and find uses for them and then share that with us, because even though I'm not necessarily interested in it, I think it's pretty cool to see that there's an option if I ever did become interested in it.
Right.
Or I might know somebody who needs one as a gift.
Exactly. There you go. Perfect. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. I was so impressed when I got it. That's why, man, I got it. I went and got it. I was just like, that is so cool. But I did a lot of research too, because it kept coming up with things like, oh, I like it off to the side. I didn't think I'd like that, because you're so used to doing this and having everything. Like usually the gimbals are right back behind, but then you can't use it. Yeah, it's just really cool. Turn into portrait mode real quick or that kind of thing. That's really neat. Really good stuff.
Oh,
But
and
anyway,
not have the whole thing collapse on you when you do turn it, because that happened to me a bunch with that other one. And I was like, forget this thing.
You can't do it with that other one. You have to either start that way or you have to start this way. You can't go from one to the other.
Correct, because if you do, the whole thing collapses on you. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, awesome. This is a great show. Before I leave town and everything, I'm going to try and do a show next Wednesday. Looking forward to everybody. Like I said, I understand if you turn notifications off for a week or whatever, or turn them down. I get it.
They're not gonna. They're gonna want to see all the fun that you're up to, and it's going to be exciting to have your little bursts of live, unannounced, unscripted, live on location excitement of Google. So that's going to be fun.
I hope so. I know 2 years ago when I did it and I woke up and I was so excited, I videoed me in bed waking up. My wife's like, really?
Well, she can turn notifications off. She don't have to be notified.
Yeah, but she's sitting there while you're just weird, dude. Videotaping while you're getting up out of bed. That's so fun. It was awesome.
It is weird. It is weird, but it's fun.
Going to the airport, in the airport, all that kind of stuff. So that's what I'll do. I'll do it the whole time.
I like
Once I land in Denver and you get to see, I've never been to Denver.
I don't want to see you in your jammies, but I do think it'd be cool to see you at the airport. That would be cool. Jules said it's about the same in UK money as it is US. Okay. So
okay,
cool.
Well, good. All right, gang. Thank you very much, members. I am sending the link right now into the Hangout chat. You guys can come on into the Backstage Pass. Everyone else, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate y'all's support. We appreciate y'all's support because it's awesome. It's fantastic having you guys, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully next week or all week. We will talk soon. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good one. We will see you.